So with our successful first run completed, it's time for something a little less success-shaped. They say dying is easy, comedy is hard. And dying has never been easier than in Silent Hill 3, which absolutely loves its instant death traps. And so, it's time to show those off, as well as a few other special death scenes. Enjoy! When traveling through Silent Hill, monsters are always a threat, and of course they can always end your game. But in Silent Hill 3, there are a few select places where getting killed by the monsters actually isn't quite the end. It can take a while with these numb bodies, but it's the earliest place I can actually show this. Come on, finish the job. Has to be getting close now. The controller is throbbing a good bit. That's a good sign. You know, this just goes to show just how weak numb bodies are overall. There we go. Hey there, Valtiel. So yeah, that actually happens in a few areas. I'm not sure exactly where all it does, but kind of interesting. Heather may have a lot of things going for her, but one thing she does not have is James Sunderland's tolerance for jumping down pits. Going and playing on the subway tracks? Not exactly the best idea. Although once you get on the subway, kind of a good idea to stay on the subway. Heather, this is not your stop. When traveling through the sewers, it's kind of a bad idea to ignore any local stories about dangerous underwater creatures. Just saying. It's too dangerous to cross. Seems like there's a monster here. Is this a joke? Well, with the way things are going, I guess it wouldn't be so strange if it were for real. Of course, you can ignore the warning if you're so inclined. So one specific thing people had wondered is what happens if you try and jump down the hole at the top of the hilltop center without shoving the mattress through first? Well, let's find out, 'cause actually I don't know. Apparently without the mattress there, it just counts as a bottomless pit. Now, from what I've read, something special is supposed to happen if you let the Brookhaven nurses kill you off. So let's see if that's true. They certainly do the job faster than the numb bodies anyway. Not quite sure why I'm all bloody there. But it's just Valtiel again. The thing I read said you were supposed to be dragged away by a misshapen doctor, but, that just looks like Valtiel to me. Welcome to the Otherworld version of Brookhaven Hospital. What's that? You say it's too creepy and you want to go back to the normal version? Well... too bad the ladder's gone. He can still try, though. Hi there, Valtiel. Of course, I warned about this one earlier. So let's relive one of the creepiest moments in the hospital. This time we'll just let things get as completely out of hand as possible. The material that I've read points to this whole incident as being possessed by the memory of Alessa, but, you be the judge. Nice, strange, oily, bloody wall. At this point, the room is starting to hurt you, and if you stay here too long... yeah, that one does take a while. Another thing I was asked to check out were the grinders here during the Leonard Wolf fight. They do actually seem to hurt you if you run into them. But they're not instant death. They will kill you pretty quickly, though, apparently. So yeah, best to avoid those. It is actually possible, in the real Otherworld version of Lakeside Amusement Park, to get all the way up to the roller coaster and still not actually turn off the power. You know, after her nightmare, She really should have seen this one coming. However, unlike her nightmare, this time she doesn't wake up back at the Happy Burger. Here at the Borley Haunted Mansion, they want to make you their permanent resident. If you don't outrun the red mist in the next 2 hallways, they'll be sure of it. But we'll let the guy say everything he has to say along the way.
That was supposed to be the exit. But it seems that no one wants you to leave. Everyone really likes you. They want you to stay with them forever. I have to agree with them. Don't be afraid. Dying is much easier.
And then there's this one. Yes, the carousel will kill you. If you take over 52 entire rotations of the carousel to kill off 12 inanimate horses. And seriously, if you take that long to kill them off, you almost deserve to die. Seriously, I recorded the whole thing. It gives you a little over 8 minutes. Why you would need that long for this, I really don't know. It pretty much kills you without much fanfare and takes a while to do it, so you really should never actually see this scene unless you are specifically going for seeing it. Seriously, the entire time I was filming this, I was in the back of my room watching from a distance, just letting the mic pick up the audio and thinking, come on, die already, and wishing I'd kept track of how many times I saw the front gate of the carousel go by. Lengthy and tedious, this one. You know, after everything else that Claudia has done to us over the course of this game, shooting her at this point would just be oh so satisfying, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, doing that or pretty much anything else other than just going ahead and taking the Aglophidus that Harry put in your pendant so long ago, it won't end particularly well for Heather. Just as an added little note here, if you actually die enough times in the game, this appears. Beginner mode has been added to the extra options. When on, battles will be made even easier for the beginner. This mode is easier than action level easy. Kind of their way of telling you, stop dying! It actually continues a little bit further to tell you that this can also be applied to in-play data. However, you cannot select beginner mode if you're playing on action level hard or above. Yes, the game even gets harder than just hard mode. Press L1 or R1 at the options screen to display extra options. Beginner mode changes nothing in the game apart from the rating you receive after ending. Meaning, yeah, if you play beginner mode, you're going to get an even worse end rating. But nice of them to give us that option, I guess. So, with that little montage of death out of the way, time for a little bonus to throw in here. A good number of people asked me to do this. Just have to find a volunteer. I know there's one around here somewhere. Hey there, Pendulum. You're gonna die. How do you feel about that? When they're down on the ground like that, pendulums aren't too terribly bad. It's when they're flying that you really have to worry. When one's flying, the best option of attack really is a close-range shotgun blast. Even then, getting in there to deliver it is a bit of a tricky thing. They make such bizarre sounds. The katana has a pretty good range for fighting them as far as melee once they're actually on the ground, and the speed at which you can do the stabs, it actually works better than I thought it did. I still wouldn't particularly say that pendulums are worth fighting, especially since they rarely come after you by themselves, but it is doable.